These guys are ridiculous. These guys are ridiculous.
Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another How About Them Celtics video. Sam and I here recording on Thursday, November 9th, and we are talking about a mistake the NBA made in the Celtics 76ers game.
And we're not talking about the court you're going to see tonight.
No. A lot of Celtics fans were mad on Twitter because they said Joel Embiid was out of bounds. You know, the Celtics should have gotten the ball back. And they were right. Joel Embiid was, in fact, out of bounds on the final play, according to the last 2-minute report. It's listed as a correct or an incorrect non-call. I'll pull it up here. This is the play in question. Obviously, we know Kristaps Porzingis got a shot here to win the game. Actually, not a bad look in the end.
No.
Right over Patrick Beverley. However, right here, as you can see, Joel Embiid was out of bounds. He was on the line, and the ref. Okay, we're going to get into the thing. How do you not see this? Like, we're going to get into it all and whether or not it matters. This is a pretty egregious, like, how do you not see that he is out of bounds, right? Like, it's not like it's like a darker shade of black on blue or it's a white on tan court. It is red and blue. You should probably see that, right? And to Joel Embiid's defense, you know when a catcher, like, frames a pitch?
Yes.
Joel Embiid, like, Joel Embiid, like, frames it like he's out of bounds here clearly, right? You can
That's
see
like, oh, I know I'm out of bounds. How has no one called this yet?
even more out of bounds there. And then he goes, whoop, let me bring it back in. And he looks at her too. He's like, no, I'm in bounds, right? In bounds. Yeah. Okay, cool. We're in. It's just like so funny.
It is kind of weird that nobody tried to foul at all.
Yeah.
Can you go back to the top of this real quick? Because I want to see if we have something else we might be able to complain about. Okay, here we go, right? Nonsense. Kristaps catch. Okay. Tatum should have got a pass here, I think.
Do you think Tatum should get the ball here?
Yeah.
I think this was a designed play to get Kristaps a shot, which is the and
in fairness, he had it. He had it yesterday. He was the best guy.
He did. And after the game, he said it was a good play designed by Joe. So I think this was designed to, one, get them the shot, and two, probably give them an extra chance if they missed, which didn't matter because no one fouled. But like Tatum doesn't even act like he wants the ball though in Kristaps' defense. Like he doesn't even come up for it. He like there's no reason to get a pass back there. And Kristaps got a great look, right? Like this is wide open effectively.
Yep.
It was just short. He said he knew it was short as soon as he missed it, but also, not that it matters. Joel Embiid did get fouled there. Like it's not like he was just out of bounds. Derek White did run.
What did the 2-minute report say?
Excuse me. I don't know if it lists that anywhere. Excuse me. No, it says correct no call. White briefly gets his hand on the ball as Embiid secures the rebound. So incidental contact.
Yeah, so you're wrong.
I was wrong, but so were the refs because they missed Joel Embiid stepping out of bounds there. It says that Celtics should have gotten the ball with 4.5 seconds left, as you can see there, out of bounds. And everyone on Twitter is mad. Now, we spent the first 3 minutes of this video discussing that they got the call wrong. And we're going to spend the rest discussing, which is a fact. They did get the call wrong. The Celtics should have had the ball left with just 4.5 seconds left. Get another shot. We're going to spend the rest of the video talking about why it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah,
they
doesn't
suck,
matter.
And they deserve to lose the game. Like people complaining about this. And again, I totally understand why you complain about this, right? Because the Celtics should have the ball back. They should have had a chance. And I guess it's a different conversation surrounding the game. At least the outcome, if the Celtics win that game or take it to overtime. They didn't deserve to win the game.
Absolutely not. No deserved win at all. Everybody not named Kristaps, and even he had his questionable moments, sucked. Didn't bring it for the most part. I mean, Derek White had a pretty solid game away from the ball. It felt like he made an impact, especially in his first stint. But besides that, like Tatum wasn't very assertive. Brown was off all night, made a big three to cut it to 3, the last basket of the game. Drew Holiday had his moments where he was kind of a part of the turnaround in the second quarter where the Celtics were up double digits, misses a wide open layup, turns the ball over. Philly makes a couple shots, gets some offensive rebounds. It helps turn the tide. Horford wasn't really great off the bench. Pritchard continued to struggle, and Hauser was fine. Hauser had a fine game. If you want the top 2 guys, probably Porzingis and Hauser from yesterday. But Celtics don't play like dickheads for, I would say, the better part of 30 minutes. This game is very winnable. It's incredible how they turned up in the last 2 minutes once the game was over, and they almost stole one in Philly. This was almost very similar to how the Embiid 52 game went, where the Celtics were kind of getting beat the whole time and they still almost tied it. And it would have been an all-time collapse by Philly had they coughed this one up. But the Philly outplayed the Celtics. They played good defense. They flashed some zone. Embiid had a solid game defensively, had 4 blocks. They just showed up in the big moments, and the Celtics didn't. And that's really the bottom line. You're not going to win basketball games against good teams if you can't win the crucial stretches. Did they play good in crunch time? I guess, because they cut the lead from 15 down to 3.
That was
but they didn't show up in the other moments.
They played in crunch time how they should have played the rest of the game. Which made again, like you said, I mean, good for them for playing well in crunch time, but bring that same intensity for the rest of the contest and it's not a problem, right? Like if you just play that way, you drive into the paint with purpose and you play off that instead of just passing around the perimeter, you lock in on the defensive end like you did in the final 2 minutes. If you do that in like the second and third quarter, this isn't even a question because you win the game anyways. Joe Mazzulla talked a lot about the last game, saying we lost the game in the second quarter, and if you look at it, they did, right? Like the Celtics were winning in the first.
They did. It's a fact.
The lead at the start of the second, and the start of the second happens, and Paul Reed gets a million offensive rebounds, and they turn the ball over a ton, and they get a bunch of transition opportunities, and Philly gets hot because they're getting easy looks off offensive putbacks and transition opportunities, and the Celtics can't find any rhythm because they're constantly turning the ball over and getting demoralized by not getting defensive stops because they play good defense in the first possession, and then they give up 3 more because of offensive rebounds. So the entire momentum of the game swung there. The Celtics didn't have the lead the rest of the night past the second quarter. And so, yes, it is cool that they came all the way back and had a chance to win at the end. Yes, they should have.
No, it's not. And it's not cool. It was, quite frankly, very annoying. I would have liked to have been done with the game.
Okay, Mr. Only Child, shut the fuck up. And not everything's about you, buddy. It's cool. You motherfucker. I'm making a point, and you go, no, it wasn't cool because I didn't get to sleep. Shut the fuck up.
They just build you up for no reason. You knew they weren't going to pull it off. All right, go ahead.
Sec. No, hold on. Let me Google something real quick.
Okay.
1 sec.
To more of your point, though, second quarter really bad. The holiday mistakes really hurt them, and also third quarter very bad. A lot of opportunities to leapfrog Philly. Like you said, they didn't take another lead in the game. What is this? Only child syndrome?
Yeah,
center of the universe.
The universe has no center, which means it can't possibly be you. Sorry, I make that joke all the time to my sister. I go, I like touch her. I go, yeah, no, it's not. You're not the sun, buddy. You're not the fucking center.
Oh, I like
everything.
that.
Shut the fuck up. She gets mad at me, so I had to.
I don't have the mass for it.
Yeah. What do you say? What are you trying to say? You piece
I'm not saying it's you either. I'm just saying it's not me.
Fucking act like it.
New FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, guaranteed. Plus, all customers who bet $5 will get $100 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube at YouTube TV.
No, but it's frustrating to watch them play poorly because we've seen that they're capable of not doing that, right? They played well in the first, 5 games of the season. We saw them play with that same intensity and effort. To their credit, like Joe pointed it out after the game against Philly, they did pass the ball better, like statistically, than any other game. Like they had 28 assists on 36 makes. The part of the problem was just shots weren't falling, right? Like they were averaging 23 assists going into the game, and they put up 28 in that one, and they only made 36 shots, but they shot like 30% from the field and 26% from deep or something. Like they just couldn't hit their threes, and they were still in it. But it's frustrating. It's frustrating. And what's even more frustrating is the people who blame the Embiid stepping out as the reason the Celtics lost. That's because that's not why they lost. That's not why they lost the game. Like it sucks that it happened, but it's not like it's like Max Strus syndrome, like you tweeted.
Yeah, it's annoying. They had a really rough third quarter. To me, that was one of the big stretches that killed them. They shot. Okay, I wrote about it today on Celtics blog. Both teams came out of the break ice cold. Celtics shot 6 of 24 in the third. Philly shot 8 of 25. And 18 of the Celtics' 24 shots came from 3. I went back and watched literally every single 3 from the quarter. The majority of them came with 14 to 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Of those 10, I think 7 were open. I forget where I put it. But they were okay shots. Like, there wasn't a ton of forcing, but there were a lot of good, not great shots. It was like you could have done a little bit of extra work to make Philly work a little bit harder because they were reeling and the Celtics just didn't take advantage. It came back to hurt them. And they really could have won that game yesterday. I said to you on the pregame, though, it felt like they were due. It felt like they were due to lose to Philly. You know, they got them again next Wednesday. We'll see.
And
We'll
Philly's
see.
credit, they played well. Like for the
No,
majority.
they did.
Max and Embiid were great. So it sucks. Celtics get to bounce back this weekend with what should hopefully be 2. Let's tune up against the Nets and the Raptors. Knock on wood. Obviously, the first game of the in-season tournament is today as you're listening to this.
Must win.
You're all in on the in-season tournament.
I like the in-season tournament. I do. I'm not like, I don't love everything about it, but I think the concept's interesting. Give you a little bit of something to be excited about early in the year. The longer this goes on, I think people will start to like it. But yes, Philly played well. Celtics played okay on defense. Philly didn't have a monster offensive night. Nobody really like killed them. You know what I'm saying? That was, if you want one positive from yesterday, the Celtics did an okay job defensively without needing Al Horford to be the primary Embiid guy. You saw Drew Holiday do it a lot. It was something you talked about and wrote about, and it was cool to see. It's an encouraging takeaway is that, okay, unique answer for the reigning MVP.
And I wonder if it can work on Giannis and Jokic too. I think Drew gets those assignments too. So we'll see what happens. Let us know if you're still angry about the Embiid thing. I'm sure plenty of you are, even though we just explained why you shouldn't be. It is what it is. It's the Celtics are still 5-2. They're only 7 games in. I'm still okay. There, I will say I was just looking at the Celtics blog comment and someone just goes, "Remember me? Remember when I said Hauser and Pritchard and all these guys suck? Well, I was right. I've given up on the title." I'm like, I'd hate to have your mentality for the next 6 months because you're not gonna have a fun time, buddy. It's crazy how like worked up. Like I thought you got mad at like regular season.
I was gonna say I get mad.
I haven't seen the half. Like some of these people on Twitter and stuff get so.
It's just too early to get mad. Like you know what I mean? Like they just had one of the most like emotional playoff runs ever that I've seen, where it was like it's over, they're back, and then they built you up and lost in the game 7. It's like. Yes, I want the Celtics to win every single game. Yes, I think they're very capable of beating all these teams, but it is November 9th as I'm speaking to you right now. There is a long time before the playoffs. The Celtics have had a lot of additions this offseason, as of other teams like Milwaukee, who didn't get off to the best start. Now they have the same record as the Celtics. Philly, whole new coach, moved James Harden, got a bunch of new rotation guys. They're having to adjust too, and they look fine. I mean, there's just so many moving parts. It's time to buckle down and get some more wins. Like you can't just keep losing every game. You know, I think that is the Mulligan game. Like it's okay, fine. Like Kristaps comes out after the Timberwolves game. We did a video. It's like, great, we can learn from this. And then they lose the next game. It's like, starting to feel like last year.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think this weekend is going to be very telling. This next 2-game stretch back to back, Friday, Saturday. But we'll see what happens. Thank you all for tuning in. Let us know what you think. And we'll see you in the next one. I'll let Sam take it out.
Hey, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the like button. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any daily uploads. We'll be live later tonight for pregame. Make sure you stop in, chat with us. Tell us what you're thinking. Tell us what you think of the Nets, the new court, the new jerseys. It's all going to be there tonight. So come join. It'll be fun. You can also find the full-length pods for audio as well as game recaps on Spotify and Apple. You can find us there, leave a 5-star review, follow us, and say something nice. You can find us on social media at How About Them C's. That's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Facebook is just the name of the podcast. All live streams will be there, as well as YouTube. A lot of people coming over to the Facebook lately. You can follow Jack on Twitter at JackSimoneNBA. You can follow me at Sam LaFrance NBA. That's it for us. Bye.
Taco. Come on. Taco.